To those who are involved in the fight for free speech, Count Dankula's case is worrying. A 30-year-old man taught his girlfriend's pug to raise its paw in a Nazi salute as a prank. Today he was convicted for sending out grossly offensive communications online. There were no complaints from the public, even after the video was viewed 3 million times. There was no victim of his crime. Instead, he was dragged through the courts for 2 years because the police decided something he did was too offensive. Even today, the CPS, the Crown Prosecution Service, they stood up to insist it was their right to decide the context of the joke, rather than the person who was making it. I sat down with Count Dankula in his first interview since the verdict, to get his perspective on the implications of this case.
I feel just drained mentally, man. I've just got, even just today, man, I've had absolutely no energy. I've just been this ball of absolute sheer stress with my heart pounding the entire day, man. And I'm starting to sort of calm down now, but I'm just scunnered, man, right now.
Would you ever have thought when you was making this joke video, could you ever have imagined where this would lead?
No. No.
What sort of precedent do you think it sets now?
Well, it's just, mostly the fact is, like, I know why I made the joke. You know why I made the joke. Everybody knows why I made the joke, what my intent was, and also the context that was provided. And what we've learned today is that doesn't matter. It just, it's really scary for comedians. Like, all comedians out there need to beware now. If they make a joke, their context and intent apparently don't matter, and it's a case of, no, you don't get to decide what you mean. We decide what you mean. Because that's literally what happened today.
Do you think if you had a jury, do you think 12 members of the Scottish public would have convicted you of this?
No.
No, neither
No, not at all. See, if it takes me going to jail for a year to show everyone how ridiculous and overreaching hate speech laws are, where a YouTube comedian, just an internet shitposter like myself, can go to prison for an entire year. If that's what it would take for everyone in the country to realise, holy shit, these laws need changed. They're overreaching, they're authoritarian, they're clearly being used to control the public discourse. People are saying things that we don't like them saying, and that's what these laws are being used for. If it takes me going to prison for a year to actually get people to see that and campaign for these laws to be changed, I'm happy to do that. What's the population here? About 45 million people.
What a
lad. I'm more than happy. I would rather I go down for a year than
the whole country be silenced.
Yeah, exactly.
That's where this is heading.
That is where it's heading.
That's exactly where this is heading. I'd say that you're used as a scapegoat here, as an example, to instill fear into the rest of the public.
Yeah. The thing is as well is I learned that YouTube actually defended my video. I'll need to double check that, but apparently they says, okay, then it is a tasteless joke, but the video is clearly comedic in nature. That's what they said themselves, even though they personally didn't like it. Yeah. They says it can stay up because it's not broken any rules, it's supposed to be comedy. But I've seen members of Parliament pressuring people from YouTube take this down. Why is that on there? I've seen Red Ice TV and all that get brought up. Why can people access these videos? And everyone, well, it's because it's free speech, and it seems that a lot of people at YouTube do still actually believe that, but it's government policy is kind of clamping down on them.
This was clearly a joke, maybe a distasteful one, but that doesn't even matter really. Comedians have been making off-colour jokes for decades without fear of the state putting them on trial. When John Cleese goose-stepped through the dining room of 40 Towers, was that a hate crime? If he did it today, it probably would be. That's the problem here. The state is now deciding what we can and can't joke about. Freedom of speech means the freedom to offend, and the freedom not from consequences, but from the state repercussions. But we don't have that freedom in the UK. Every day people are arrested for what they write online, for criticising an idea or making a joke. Even Ricky Gervais has come out to Count Dankula's defence, criticising the state's policing of jokes. Following his conviction, he will now have to meet with a social worker to decide if he should lose personal freedoms nothing to do with making a joke online. He may even have to wear a GPS tracker if he avoids a 6-month prison sentence for a joke. This case sets a worrying precedent for all of us who make online content, whether it be news, politics, philosophical debate, or even just comedy. With new hate crime laws and the government putting pressure on social media, from now on, wanting to make people laugh could put you in prison.
We will make America great again.